past 12 months, we've seen rents go to new highs, groceries going off the charts, and basically just everything in life seems more expensive than it used to be. So in this video, I'm going to share 5 simple habits that you can implement today to start saving money. So the first habit is to plan every meal. Have you ever been in a situation where you're finishing up work, you're thinking, what am I going to have for dinner? And you're like, you know what, just screw it. I'll get takeout. I'll go to the pizza place down the street. I'll go get the Thai food, $20, $30 or whatever. I just need some dinner. Now the problem with that is if this happens consistently, you're going to be spending a ton of money that you weren't necessarily planning. Now I totally get, we want to have takeout and we like eating out food, but if it's just to solve an immediate problem of I didn't plan to have dinner, then that's an issue. So if you were to plan your meals ahead of time, then you wouldn't put yourself in that situation in the first place. What we do in our house is we plan our dinner meals for 2 weeks in advance. So we know exactly what we're gonna have, and we never have that shortage of food, but we know what we're gonna do. And the point of this is to avoid that situation where, if we finish work and we're hungry, we know exactly what we're gonna eat, and we don't have to splurge on buying dinner food that we could have just planned beforehand. Second tip is stop buying coffee out. Now, I know it always feels good when we're starting the workday, go to a cafe, pick up that takeaway coffee. Let's just run some numbers for a second. Let's just say that cappuccino is $5 and we buy that Monday to Friday, so 5 days a week. And hypothetically, let's just say we do that for a full year. $5 times 5 times 52, that equals $1,300 a year. What we do instead is we have our coffee machine. So I just make coffee at home. It's super cheap to just buy hourly coffee or whatever coffee we want. Make a cup, and then we have just takeaway containers that we reuse as well. Now, the third habit is budgeting. Because have you ever felt like, where's all my money going? How come my savings aren't going up? Because for a bit of context, a few years ago, when I heard the word budgeting, I would immediately think of the word limitation, that I'm not able to spend my money how I want. But what I realized when I truly understood what budgeting is it's actually the complete opposite. Because what budgeting is, it's actually you choosing ahead of time what you want your priorities to be. The budgeting is actually about taking back your personal freedom and being intentional with how you want to live your life. So what I do is on the last Sunday of every month, I look ahead for the next month and budget how I want to spend our money. Or I sit down with my wife and we talk about it together because she's involved as well. But we essentially have a plan on how are we going to spend next month's money. We take into account maybe some of the upcoming expenses and just whatnot of what's going on. But we plan and we're intentional with our savings, our investing, our expenses. So before the months even began, we know exactly where our money is going and what it's going to do for us. Now, the fourth habit is working out consistently. Now, you might say, working out consistently, how does that actually save me money? So if you don't work out, what's going to happen to your body? It's going to start to get older, it's going to decay faster, it's going to start to have problems. And if your body starts to have problems, what are you going to do to it? You're going to try and fix it. So that might be at physios, chiros, hospitals, but the bills are going to stack up over time in the long term if you aren't taking care of yourself now. So purely from a financial point of view, working out actually has an ROI on doing that. Now, back in the kitchen again, for habit number 5 is your grocery shopping. How you choose to budget or plan your groceries is going to significantly impact your finances. I made a separate video about how much you can save if you shop at a smaller grocery like Aldi versus a bigger chain brand like Woolworths. So check that video out if you want to learn more, but essentially you'll save a ton of money. And you can watch that video if you want to learn more about that. Well, there you have it, guys. There's 5 habits that you can implement today to start saving money.